I'm back with Gladys, and now she's going to share with us about her book. She published a book, and I want Gladys to share with us how it came about and what is the contents of this book. Not all the contents, because I want you to purchase a book. So Gladys, share with us, how did this come about?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Valerie. 2018, I was part of a leadership training course, and one of the requirements was to write a book.
Wow.
It was exciting, but also nerve-wracking. I almost ran out of the class, but immediately when I thought of the book that I want to write, I realized that I have a story that is untold, that would make a good read and a good writing. So I decided to write about, the book here is on her knees, Memoirs of Life lived with a praying mother. I come from a family of 7 children.
7 children, wow.
6 of us are girls that my mother gave birth to, and 1 boy. And I come from a culture that is highly patriarchal. So just by the fact of being girls was a problem.
Wow, being a girl was a problem.
So at one particular time we were called a farm of girls, but that was so much in line with the culture where girls are for bride price. They're as good as getting married and bringing wealth to their family. So growing up, I saw my mother struggle to educate us, feed us, and bring us up. So this book in itself is a validation for many women like my mother who take on all this responsibility but don't get appreciation. Many of them who are looked at in society as failures because they have girls. Many of them who take on all the burden of looking after children, but are not, yet society doesn't think that they've done enough. You do so much more and society drains you, it requires much more from you. So it's more of a story that is challenging the status quo, addressing patriarchy, and ensuring that people don't keep silent on things like that, that they look at women as important people in society, because once they are not supported, then you are missing out on more than 50% of a highly productive community, which is women and girls. And my story is different, that I was able to get education. I was able to go to the best schools because our mother sacrificed all this. And the question that I keep asking is, what if we had a supportive father, for instance? What if our mother had the support of society? How much more would we have achieved? Or if I am telling my story, how much more, or how many more stories are untold of children who have not been supported, of children whose lives are not accounted for because society did not think that, for example, girls matter, that they are only good for marriage. So it's more of a story that is supposed to start a discussion on patriarchy, on women's rights, on women's empowerment, and most of all, talking about justice in society.
Wow. Now let me just interject for a moment, okay, Gladys, because you said a lot, a mouthful, and I have to commend you, and I want to congratulate you on, and we should applaud her and congratulate Gladys on her success in getting this material, getting this book published. There's 2 things that stuck out that you said. Number 1, women and girls are not celebrated in Uganda. They're not celebrated, okay? To the degree that you think that if they were celebrated, they probably would achieve even more. That's what you're saying. And number 2, what stuck out is that you were taking a leadership course. And I want you to note, everyone, the requirements for the leadership course was that she must publish and write a book. I like that leadership. I think it's wonderful. It's excellent because, like you said, how many other untold stories are not told based on what we have in this discussion about. So, could you just elaborate just a little bit more about your leadership role as a woman now? Okay.
Of course, first of all, from the work that I am doing, it requires a lot of leadership. I work with a progressive international organization, Dan Church Aid, where I have a lot to do with working with partners, working with the state and non-state actors, and that requires a lot of leadership, a lot of diplomacy, a lot of knowledge, and you can't have this if you're not exposed. I'm part of Side by Side for Gender Justice, where there is a lot of leadership qualities that come into play.
Wow.
I'm also a board member on two local organizations in Uganda.
Yes.
And then just by being in the spaces that I am in, there's many times where you need to mentor young people, support them to be better, and also to take on some of these issues that we are taking on, like gender justice, social accountability. So there is a lot that is required in the marketplace, irrespective of the work that we are doing to rise up as good leaders. Also because we are coming from countries or places where there is a genuine need for leaders.
Now, okay, with that being said, do you discuss that in your book, in your publication? What is being discussed in the book? Because we're going to wrap up this part too, right here. And I want you to leave us with something that's in that book that you believe that everyone, whether it's a woman or whether it's a man, that they can benefit from reading this book. What is it that you believe? What would you leave us with as we wrap up this part two?
I think it's just one thing, that we are all capable of rising above levels and limitations. Society places very many labels on us. They will, anyone will say you can't do this, you're not cut out for this, you're inadequate in this. Society is going to be fast at telling us how much we cannot do. Rise above that. We can do anything as long as we are committed to it. So undress yourself from all the labels and watch and see how much you can become.
Wow, and that's discussed in that book.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children and people of all ages, we have to get our hands on this text. And could you briefly tell us how we can order your text?
Right now it's not yet on Amazon.
Okay.
And by April it will be on Amazon. And I should be able to update Dr. Valerie on where to find the book, but also it will be on Facebook. If you just Google the name Gladys Nairuba, you should be able to find the book on Amazon within a very few very few weeks. Yes.
Because this is already March.
Yes.
So in April it'll be released. Okay, so that's part two. I'm Dr. Valerie Small with a little bit of small advice, and we are making things happen.
Yes.
Have a great day. We'll be back for part three.